Hey everyone, Dan Scott here, and this video is going to be the first in a series of videos that I'm going to call What's Wrong with This Verse? So what I'm going to do is just randomly pick verses, and we're going to compare them in the popular translations with the DLT translation, the Dabhar literal translation. So let's just get to it. Okay, so the first verse we're going to consider in this series is Matthew chapter 23, verse 27, where here at Bible Hub, I am on the parallel view, which shows all of these various translations. Now, when you want to research the Greek and Hebrew words and their parsing, etc., I always go to the column view. And here in Matthew 23:27, the problem here that I'm pointing out is this word, okay, which in Greek is kanao. And you see it's a verb, which means to plaster over, or it's to cover over. And that they've translated it white in washed is absolutely absurd, because we have other words in the Greek that denote things which are white, which is leukos. Okay, not kanao. So, to translate kanao as whitewashed is very misleading because it doesn't express the important aspect of dust. So, when we come here over to the DLT, we see they've actually correctly translated it, having been covered with dust. Where, yet again, Paul here, when he was speaking to Ananias, said, "You dusted wall," okay? He wasn't telling him, "You whitewashed wall," where white often denotes things which are cleansed. So it doesn't concern being cleansed and whitened, but rather it concerns the woes concerning the Gehenna of the fire, verse 15, those termed sons of Gehenna, where also, let me point out the connection of dust to the word serpent right here. Again, Matthew chapter 23, verse 33. You serpents, you become ones of adders. How should you flee from the judgment of the Gehenna? And when we look at the word dust and serpent in the Old Testament, we see here in Genesis chapter 3, verse 14, the context of the bread will be the dust is their bread. Okay? And dust will you eat. And a lot more could be discussed surrounding dust and the curse, which I've also talked about in many other videos. But the point here of this video is to show you how important it is to verify the Word of God for yourself using these tools available at Bible Hub and Blue Letter Bible, and especially the Dabhar literal translation, which has corrected most all these errors that we find in these other translations. Where the hard copies are no longer available. They've been out of print for a long time, and they're very difficult to find. But the software is still available, and I have the download files for PC, Mac, and or Android devices. You can even put them on your phone. And if you'd like copies of these files, just email me at therevelationdeception@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link to my Google Drive where the files live, and you can download them and then install them for yourself. So, as always, until next time, I pray for your spiritual growth, the growth in the spirit of your thinking as you search these things for yourself.